Hare Krishna devotees. So today we are going to continue with our discussion on Vrindavan lila series, and today's topic is the killing of Bakasur, and we will see how different acharyas are giving different perspectives on this pastime to enhance our relish of Krishna's beautiful pastimes. So let's get into it. So first of all, let's understand how Vrajavasis think of Krishna. Like we know, Krishna is a darling of Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, and all the elderly Gopas and Gopis. So they are staying in Gokul, and they find that there were many disturbances like Putana and Shakatasur and Trinavarth. They are coming and disturbing the peace of Vrindavan, and more importantly, they are causing some some risk towards uh, Krishna's welfare, and therefore they are deciding. Upananda is deciding. Nanda Maharaj conducts one meeting where Upananda speaks to shift or relocate from Gokul to Vrindavan, and our Baldev Vidyabhushan, he mentions that Brajvasis, they are they are not thinking Krishna to be God. They are thinking Krishna to be their child who needs protection, and but they think that why Krishna is being protected, because we are all Vaishnavas. So the eternal residents of Vrindavan, they are thinking that we are all Vaishnavas and it is Lord Vishnu or Lord Narayan who is protecting Krishna, who is our dear most loving child. And because Yashoda Maya knows many mantras for protection of Krishna, and Parjanya Maharaj is so austere and he is doing austerities for Lord Vishnu, and because we Vrajvasis, we worship Lord Narayan on our altar, therefore it is Lord Narayan who is protecting Krishna. That's what they are thinking. And this thinking is caused by their love and affection. And this is the lila Shakti which is incorporating such kind of feelings in Vrajvasis, because we know Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the origin of Lord Narayan also. But in Leela, neither Vrajvasis know that, nor Krishna always aware of this fact. In fact, most of the time he is not aware of this fact, because if he is all the time aware that I am source of him in Lord Narayan, how will he ever relish the pastimes? So this is what Vrajvasis are thinking, that we are all Vaishnavas, and because we are Vaishnavas, Lord Vishnu is protecting our Krishna. So when Krishna had a desire in his heart that now let's leave Gokul and go to Vrindavan, that time only Upananda had this thought in mind to suggest this as a remedy in the assembly. So all the Vrajvasi's thoughts and actions are centered around Krishna's pleasure. So indirectly or directly, all their thoughts and actions, they are for enhancing Krishna's pastimes, and they they are kind of uh, actualizing Krishna's desires of different pastimes. So Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan again says, Vrajvasis being Nitya Parshadas have Aishwarya Dhyan of Krishna inherent like threads in a cloth. Like there are threads in a cloth, uh, but the threads are not visible. The cloth is visible. So similarly, there is knowledge of Aishwarya of Krishna inherent in Vrajvasis, but Vatsalya Prem, their Vatsalya Prem is so powerful that it makes Aishwarya Buddhi disappear, just like in case of Baladev. So, so they are not even aware that Krishna's Aishwarya Shakti. That means they are aware that Krishna is showing some superhuman feats, but then they attribute it not to Krishna being God, because that will be against their mood, intimate mood towards Krishna, but rather they attribute this to Krishna being specially empowered by Lord Narayan in special situations, like that they're thinking. So Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan explains in three cases, this Aishwarya Jnan comes in a foreground and solves its purpose to increase the affection of Rajvasis towards Krishna. And then again, this Aishwarya Jnan disappears. It happens in three cases: Vismay, Vipatti, and Viraha. This knowledge of Krishna's greatness, we can say, or powers, is known to Vrajvasis. So Vismay, Vipatti, Viraha. Vismay means in case of some pastimes that generate wonder. Just like for a moment, Yashoda Maya, she saw the entire world in Krishna's mouth, where she came to know of Krishna's prowess. But again, she reasoned out that it is all Vishnu's Maya, that I am thinking this Krishna is my son, and but actually is protected by Lord Vishnu only. So like that, she is uh, thinking, and then Krishna's Aishwarya Sakti then disappears. So this is in Vismay. Also in Vipatti, like when Krishna is dancing on the hoods of Kalia, then all the Vrajvasis are frantically running here and there. They want to enter the lake, which is full of poison, filled with poison. And Baladev, uh, Lord Baladev, he's also Vrajvasi, of course. He is the representative of Sandhini Shakti. So he's also equally in love with Krishna. But this knowledge that Krishna's powers and his godhood temporarily appears in him also, because it's a time of vipatti, or some calamity, and in that this knowledge is required to reconcile or console all the Vrajvasis. If Baldev does not console all Vrajvasis, they will all enter the water and they will kind of die. Although they had Nitya Siddha Vrajvasis, they cannot die, but again, it's a pastime. So, in that situation, Baladev remembers Krishna's godhood. So, this is Vipatti. And Viraha, like Krishna is, Vrajvasis are feeling long separation from Krishna once Krishna is away in Mathura, and at least in Prakat Leela. So Nanda Maharaj is praying to Uddhava that, oh, he's praying to the Lord that, oh, Uddhava, he may be your Ishwar, but even if he is Ishwar, let my Mati be unto this Ishwar life after life. So it just makes a quick appearance, this Aishwarya, knowledge of godhood of Krishna or powers of Krishna in Vrajvasi's mind, as a maid servant of the Madhurya, the love. Madhurya means the Kevala love of Rajvasis, which could be in any of the four rasas. So that is a wonderful explanation given by Baladev Vidyabhushan. And why did they relocate? Because Nandishwar was the original capital, previous capital of Nanda Maharaj, but already they had fled from that place due to fear of demons and settled in Gokul Mahavan, where Krishna took birth and did all his childhood pastimes. But now they cannot go back to their previous capital, Nandishwar or Nandagaon, because it was still plagued by demons. And they cannot go outside Vraja, as it is not pleasant for Vrajvasis to go outside Vraja. So they decided to go to the place in between them. That is in between Nandagaon and Gokul. There is Vrindavan. So they decided to spend some time there. But somebody may argue that, oh, but Vrindavan is so close to Mathura. Did they not have fear of Kamsa there? So Baldev Vidyabhushan, Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan answers that not even an iota of fear arose in their hearts, because all of them were Mahabala and Bhima Vikrama. According to Harivamsha, Nanda Maharaj's are soldiers. Nanda Maharaj's soldiers and the Gopas who protect the Vraja, they are so strong and powerful, Mahabala, Bhima, Vikram, that even Kamsa is afraid to hear about them from his spies. And he understands that his Mallas, that means his wrestlers, are nothing in front of Vrajvasi wrestlers. We are talking about the elderly, strong Gopas here. So, So it's not that Nanda Maharaj and his clan was afraid of Kamsa, but they did not want to risk, because Krishna was still young and they wanted to protect Krishna. Otherwise, they had no fear of Kamsa, it is mentioned. So, which is an interesting fact presented by our acharyas. I did not know this before, but that's how it is. Then there is all the Vrajavasis settling temporary in Vrindavan, and Krishna and his cowherds they're going for grazing the calves. And one day, and this is a summary of Bakasur Vada Lila. So one day they saw a big creature, Bakasur, and became wonderstruck. He was standing like a baka or a crane. He swallowed Krishna by Krishna's will. So, so it is not that they can do any harm to Krishna, but by Krishna's will he could swallow him. But he could not do anything else to Krishna. He could not swallow him down to his throat. But Krishna was stuck to the root of his palate when Bakasur tried to swallow Krishna. By tearing him apart, as if Krishna tore Kamsa apart, our acharyas are mentioning, he just bifurcated his beak, and thus saving himself, he saved the lives of Balram and others. Because the lives of Balramji and Gopas lie in Krishna. So Krishna saving himself is like Krishna saving Rajvasis. That's what gopis are also saying. Vishajalapyayat vyala rakshasat varshamarutad vaidyutanalad rishamayatmajat vyala rakshas vishwato bhayat rishabate vayam rakshita muhu. In many of these demons names that they took, gopis were not even present. Okay, Vishajalapyat, fine. Kalia, subduing of Kalia, but gopis arrived late on the scene, so they were not even there. It was the Gopas who were saved. Vyala Rakshasat and Aghasur, again gopis are not in the picture. Uh, but they are saying you protected us by killing these demons. So why they are saying it, we will shortly come to know. Vaidyutanala Varshamaruthat, yeah, this is fine. This is Govardhan Leela, and all the Vrajavasis were saved. And Vrishamayatmajat is Vyomasur. Again, gopis are not present on the scene. uh, so why they are saying that you protected us? So they're saying it because gopis life air lies within Krishna. Their life and soul is Krishna. So by saving Krishna, so Krishna by saving himself, he's saving the lives of gopis. So that is understanding. That's why gopis are saying you saved us by saving yourself. So although this Balramji and other Gopas, they knew Krishna's prowess and they were capable of killing Baka themselves. Interesting. So Balramji is, we know Balramji was capable of killing Baka, but here one Acharya says that even the other Gopas were capable of killing Baka, who are like, maybe they are from the elderly Sakhas, elderly in a sense, the little bit elder in age, like Balramji's like this group called Sakhas, who are like who protect Krishna, Mandali Bhadra, Balabhadra, and so on. Still, out of affection, they were bewildered. Hmm. So one may say, how come Krishna appeared like a fire and thunderbolt inside Bakasura's throat? Although Krishna is as cool and soft as blue lotus, that is cool and soft like blue lotus. How did he appear like fire and thunderbolt inside the throat of Bakasura? So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur mentions, just like sugar tastes bitter to a bad tongue. So this is not a fault of a sugar, this is fault of the tongue. Similarly, Krishna, who is so sweet, so tender, but he appeared harsh like thunderbolt to Bakasur due to his own misfortune, we can say. Just like sun is all glorious and all compassionate and very magnanimous in distributing its light, but the thieves, owls, and ghosts, they consider sun to be their enemy. Although sun is giving light to everybody, but these fellows consider sun to be their enemy because of their own nature. It's not sun's fault. Similarly, without having proper disposition towards Krishna, it's not possible to taste Krishna's sweetness. Jiva Goswami mentions that Krishnasya madhurya anubhavam vina darshanamapi adarshanamiva. That means without tasting Krishna's sweetness, his taking his darshan is also not taking his darshan, equivalent to not taking his darshan. So many people say we want to see God, but the question is, what would you do by seeing God? You will not until you have devotion towards God. You will not taste His sweetness. Until you taste His sweetness, you really did not have any experience of God. So therefore, our Shruti says, "Bhaktireva enam nayati, bhaktirena eva enam darshayati, bhaktivashyahi purusha, bhaktireva bhuyasi." Only way bhakti or devotion towards Krishna only can take one to Krishna, show one Krishna, make Krishna submissible by that, submissive to that devotee's love. Therefore, bhakti is great because he allows this the devotee to taste Krishna, any person to taste Krishna's sweetness. So all the Gopas sang Krishna's glories next day also in different songs, and Nanda Maharaj, he was so simple that he revealed the secret that the Gargamuni told him that this boy will be as good as Narayan, like that. And the Gopas are, elderly Gopas are discussing about Krishna's glories. Oh, how our son is so wonderful, like that. So this is mentioned. Iti Nandadayo Gopa, Krishna Rama Katha Muda, Kurvanto Rama Manasya, Navindan Bhava Vedana. So Nanda, etc. Gopas, they are discussing Krishna Rama Katha Muda. Balramji and Krishna's pastimes very happily they are discussing. Kurvanto Rama Manasya. They are absorbed in it. Navindan Bhava Vedana. And they could not face meaning of this looks like they did not feel the pain of samsar or material world. Bhava Vedana. But the face meaning, if we take, then actually it's like Pishta Peshan Nyay, means grinding the floor. Nanda Maharaj and others are Nitya Siddha Vrajvasis. How can there be any Bhava Vedana to them? So, what is the meaning in saying they did not experience any Bhava Vedana? That means material distress. Are they are not, they are completely aloof from material distress. There cannot be any material distress from them. So, how can they feel it? So, the understanding of Bhava Vedanam is very beautiful here. We will see how what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says and what Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan says. So not only were they discussing Krishna Katha, but they were playing with him. Thus they did not experience any Bhava Vedana, although they appeared in samsara like the samsaric experience. Hmm. So just like Krishna appears in samsar, this material world, but his birth is divine. Similarly, these Vrajvasis, when they appear with Krishna, their birth is also divine. They are not samsari people, not materialistic people. Their hunger, thirst is also not bhava sambandhi, but it is bhava sambandhi. In one class, we were discussing this, and Balram Shakti Prabhu said this. That this is when I mentioned that their hunger thirst is not bhava sambandhi. So he said, yes, they are bhava sambandhi. They are according to their bhav towards Krishna or lila mai. So their hunger thirst is also a pastime. And another very beautiful explanation given by Vishwanath Thakur. Old Gopas from other places would come to Nanda Maharaj and caution him. This Vedana, Bhava Vedana. What is this Bhava Vedana? They would caution Nanda Maharaj. Oh, King of Vraja, 50 years of your life is over. Still, why do you entrap yourself among Putra, Kalatra, Kutumba, etc. Katha? Why are you entrapping yourself with son, wife, and the family? This samsar, material world is fierce. Why don't you endeavor to escape from this samsar or this material world by knowledge, by vairagya, renunciation, by tapa, by narayana, smarana, etc.? So Nanda Maharaj did not pay heed to such false cautions. Therefore, Navindan Bhava Vedanam. Because he was engrossed in discussing Krishna and Ram's Katha. So interestingly, he is Nitya Siddha, father of Krishna, and he's engrossed in Katha. So beyond this material world, just like Krishna is beyond this material world. He is beyond this material world. So, but as a pastime, as a humanly pastime, even other Gopas from outside Vraja, they are cautioning Nanda Maharaj, and Nanda Maharaj is paying not no not any attention to their s- false cautions. And those who understand Krishna's pastimes only by hearing, even then there is no bhava vedana for them. What to speak of those who are directly witnessing Krishna and his pastimes, even those who understand Krishna's pastimes just by hearing what we are trying to do here. Even for us, there will not be any bhava vedana or material distress if we properly understand Krishna's pastimes and relish them. Then, not to speak of those who are the part of his pastimes, witnessing everyday Krishna and Krishna's pastimes. So, therefore, our Bhagavatam also says, uh, Mahan Mukharit Mukhat, what is that? Madhubit Charitra, Piyusha Sesa, Shesha Sarita, Paritasravanti, Taye Pivanti Nrupagadha Karunai. Those who hear Krishna Katha, which is like flowing nectar of river, Tasmin Mahan Mukharita Madhubit Charitra. So, uh, Taye Pivanti uh, Gadha Karanai, with constant attention, proper attention. Tanna Sprishanti Ashanatrut Bhaya Shoka Moha. The hunger, thirst, illusion, fear, lamentation does not touch such devotees. Then what to speak of those who are part of this pastime? Another meaning given by Baldev Vidyabhushan, which is very beautiful. Na Vindan Bhava Vedana means Bhava means also Lord Shiva. Vedana also means understanding his presence. So Nanda Maharaj, etc. Gopas could not even understand that Lord Shiva has come to see Krishna. Uh, Lord Shiva has come from his abode to just to take darshan of Krishna and take the dust of Rajvasis, like that. But because they were so absorbed in Krishna Katha that they did not even understand that Shivji has come and he is standing on the door front, not in the form of Shiva, of course, but as a common mendicant. Um, but then was our poor Shivji not received? No, no, no. He was received by Mother Yashoda and the elderly gopis, and he was given proper alms and the hospitality that motherly gopis give to a renunciant. And this way, Shivji was properly received, although not by Nanda Maharaj and others, but Shri Yashoda Maya and the elderly gopis. So that's a beautiful pastime right here. And uh, this is the love of Rajvasis, which they are relishing in their hearts, keeping it secret in their hearts, and which we are fortunate to come to know from the words of Shukadev Goswami and our great acharyas. So we are also eternally grateful to them. And hopefully next time we will come up with some another lila discussion based on our acharya's insights. Hare Krishna.